What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy Lightless Fair Praise coming at you once again. And welcome. If you're watching this video around children, as I say all the time, I have repented to use very strong language. So please remove it from the immediate vicinity. What I'm getting ready to say in this video also does not constitute legal advice, nor is it anything in someone. But, however, the truth be told, is this for informational and educational purposes only. Now, irrespective of what certain people have to say about what I'm getting ready to talk about, is courtroom procedure. And this is for one of my subs, that basically asked me about this particular instance a few days ago. And I said I was going to do this video, and being a man of my word, it is what it is. Now, in reality, irrespective of whatever agent or whatever particular so-called entity out there wishes to try to deter you from knowing the truth about courtroom procedure, irrespective of that, and I'm going to emphasize that doubly, is because courtroom procedure is all about exchanging liability. That's all it is, people. There's no such thing as justice in courts. There is no such thing as equality in courts. I mean, there is an equal value when exchanged properly, but there's no equity. The law system particularly banks around the ideology of usury, period. And I'm going to go through 3 simple steps about courtroom procedure, and this is the truth. Number one, stay the fuck out of them. Stay the fuck out of them. By all means, if you can, stay away from them motherfuckers. They waste your time, they waste your energy, and they waste your resources. It's just a fucking waste. However, if you find yourself in regards to a situation in court, let's go to step number two. Step number two is go in there as a secure party creditor. Okay? Irrespective of the ideologies that many people may have variances about, when you actually know, I should say, we actually know what the value of being a secure party creditor is, no charge can be fomented against you. None. You accept it for its value because all charges have value, irrespective of what it is. Now, if you harm a person in property, that's a different story. See what I'm saying? So, victimless crimes, property crimes, hey, that's a different story. This ain't for you. That involves you. But if it's a harmless situation, quote unquote, like they always say, like, you had weed, you had this, that, that. It's so many laws that literally every fucking act of human behavior is deemed quote unquote illegal. How the hell are you gonna have a system built around me taking a pee in public, but then I gotta pee in front of somebody else when you lock me up? Pretty awkward, but it's the truth. Doesn't make sense. If they say drinking and driving is illegal, why the fuck do bars have parking lots? Then if you too inebriated to drive, what happens? They tell you shit. It doesn't make sense. It's a construct that really, when you open your real eyes, you'll realize what it takes to be essentially, secure. So let's go into the most intrinsic part in courtroom procedure. The most intrinsic part of going in there as a secure party creditor is basically saying, particularly, I'm not responsible. Me, the natural person. Look at Black's Law Dictionary, natural person. I'm not responsible for what this individual, aka your straw man, is charged for. Again, that's only if it applies to victimless crimes. I'm not responsible. However, I'm willing to settle the matter. I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to dispute. I'm not here to contend. I'm here to settle. That's it. And a lot of people do not get this in this idea because they still function in the context of the straw man. Now I know I've seen videos on YouTube, I've seen videos on Instagram, I've seen videos many years. And when it comes down to the intrinsic knowledge of what this is, I know that the system, the way it works, they want to always try to show you that it's an idea. It's not an idea if it's grafted in law. It could never be an idea. It was all a figment of the imagination. Some of y'all have done time and went behind a steel fucking cage because you didn't know this shit. And you're talking to a person who at years ago didn't know this shit. And unfortunately, yeah, I ate some green bologna sandwiches behind that shit. But then when you learn it and you understand it, you figure out the very intrinsic clues about the shit. Like, oh man, they been getting down on us for a long time. And find out. And basically, they put charges against your straw man, and then they turn around and say you're charged with. Well, another thing is that I have to get down to is that a lot of people always talked about jurisdiction or challenging jurisdiction. Courts never have jurisdiction. Let me tell you why. They never have jurisdiction in reality to the cause of the matter because they need consent. That is the only jurisdiction they can ever have when they have your consent. When they have your permission, they have your consent. What is that? You know what I'm saying? You know, when Bro James came out with that song, with your permission, that's what they mean. Your consent is a tacit, submissive, or otherwise known by signature type of consent. Because the courts are always going to contract you in some type of way. They're going to always try to contract with you some type of way. They can send you a notice. They can send you anything. It's always an invitation, people. An invitation to a debt. That's all they're doing. It's an invitation to a debt. And in reality, what they're doing is they're inviting you to be a contract to the indebtedness to what is basically declared bankruptcy in society. Whether y'all believe it or not, and irrespective of what anybody says, people are pledged as collateral. So whatever drama they put in their fucking bullshit, as far as society is concerned, you are the collateral. If you read the book called Fruits from a Poisonous Tree, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. You're collateral. So it doesn't matter if they put, quote unquote, crime in your neighborhood, guns in your neighborhood, drugs in your neighborhood. They know all this shit they doing. And their term is to profit off of it. That's the reality. Now, a lot of people might disagree because, yes, we will agree on one point. There are some motherfuckers that deserve to be up in that bitch. Real talk. Straight. But the large majority of people need to understand one word when you go to court. One word and one word only. One. May I read it to you? It's called debt. Listen very carefully to what I'm getting ready to say. Debt means, quote, an amount that is owing to the United States on account of a direct loan or loan insured or guaranteed by the United States. You didn't catch that. Read it again. An amount that is owing to the United States on account of a direct loan or loan insured or guaranteed by the United States, or subsection B, an amount that is owing to the United States on account of a fee, duty, lease, rent, service, sale, real or personal property, overpayment, fine, assessment, penalty, restitution, damages, interest, tax, bail bond, and forfeiture. Reimbursement, recovery of a cost incurred by the United States or other source of indebtedness to the United States, but that is not owing under the terms of a contract originally entered into by only one person other than the United States. It includes any amount owing to the United States for the benefit of Indian tribes or individual Indian. Quote, individual Indian, but excludes any amount to which the United States is entitled to under this section. This is United States Code, subsection 18, 30023. Excuse me, 3002, subsection 3, called debt. But let's crack the code a little further. Who are they referring to as Indian? We are the melanated people of this land. That shit that they put in history books and they showed y'all that these are Indians. No, those are Mongolians. Period. So when it says anything about anybody trying to claim their sovereign rights and sovereign citizens and all that, y'all need to understand one thing: how history repeats itself. Anybody that's indigenous to this land and believes, especially at a time like right now, that all of a sudden that they particularly put put you in a construct. So like, what you fucking thought? What did you do? She tied my dog's ear. She's torturing my dog. Anyway, they made you believe that they took you on a months long voyage to get to these continental lands. Bullshit. Bullshit. Slave trade is bullshit. All that is bullshit. In regards to it, the reason why I read the law for the reason why it was that way was because you were considered a prisoner of war. That's what happened. When they took your territory, they said, we own this motherfucker. You ain't come over here in no damn boats. That is the biggest crock of shit they could ever tell you. You're already here. You're already here. Everything that you have nowadays from the industrial, you know, promiscuity of the financiers is basically them saying, "Hey, we're gonna take the real fruit. We're gonna give you some fake shit. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take this." Not realizing that they're even taking from themselves, but because they're infants to the universe, we'll just leave it there. But the reality is, when people understand their nationality, where are you from? People will say, quote, identification. I'm from Africa. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from here. I'm from there. Okay, that's where you're from. Where you from? See, this is getting down to the natural person because the natural person has nothing other entitled to itself other than being natural. Not a nationality like a lot of people want to come on social media and talk about. No. Where are you from? Yeah, that part. The melanated people are indigenous to this land, which is why y'all go in there and y'all talk about jurisdictional issues, and a lot of people they be like, "Man, you know, I'm going in there. There's more. I'm going in there. There's more." No, natural person means official standing because everything you attribute to a name is commercialized, and yes, it has a value, and that's in less than 17 minutes. It has a value, whether you believe it or not. You believe what you want. But I'm going to be the first one to tell you it's never that. Understand what settling a debt is. A debt is never an argument because a debt should never be an argument because, to be honest with you, if no one would say it, I would say it. It's nothing you ever owe. It's something that's actually owed back to you. All these people for years and years since I grew up in school been talking about reparations, all this dumb shit. You know why reparations will never happen? Because people have never been educated about what a debt is. It'll never happen. As long as they keep y'all dumb, blind, and ignorant to what debt really is. And it's okay. What you say? Big black Mr. Potato Head can't talk good for the country. Okay. It's the truth. Y'all never been educated on this stuff. It's the truth. Y'all never been 60, 70 years old, 80 years old, still talking about reparations. Looking at CNN, talking about so we all gotta play. You even got Killer Mike out there on that wig shit. Y'all have not been financially educated because it says in the definition of what a debt is, it's not to you, it's to the United States. So where should y'all be getting y'all reparations from? The United States. Do you not know that you can sue the United States federal court? Absolutely so, because it's a person. Yeah, that part. That part. Yeah, I know. Let that shit resonate. Let that shit ring your motherfucking bell. Because they particularly told you that particularly the debt is not for you. Y'all are pleading and petitioning in courts the land over of something that really has nothing to do with your natural motherfucking melanated self. However, let the illusion unfold. They're telling you it has nothing to do with you. All you individuals sit here and talk about y'all in debt. You're in debt to your knowledge of what debt is. That's what you're in debt to. You're in debt to you knowing what debt is. They claimed bankruptcy long time ago, long before you or me was even on this plane. They said, you know what? We're going to declare ourselves bankrupt, but we're going to hold the people considerably. In what? Continuance in perpetuity, which meant forever. And I'm telling you, this is the plan behind the financiers of this country. It's what they've done. They claimed you as collateral. Your birth certificates are nothing more than bills of lading. They're negotiable instruments. Your birth certificate has been sold time and time over and time over again. Will you ever get down to the quote unquote gold brick road? Hopefully. But it all ties back into the treasury. And then the IRS. If the IRS has your social security number that was issued on the day of the issuance of the certificate, not on the day you were actually born, then you would have usury, trust. But they don't tell y'all about that. Y'all keep searching for paper money, which is one of the reasons why Dave Chappelle, when he actually came out with his comedy special years and years and years ago, you know what I'm saying? Years ago. Damn, I'm old. But when he was making a joke about reparations. He did that to show you exactly the truth behind the calculation. Y'all looking for money. Y'all looking for money. And y'all gonna spit it back to the people who basically put you in the same situation. A lot of people ain't gonna like you saying this shit, but oh well. What have you done? You basically put it back in the hands of people. So where did you ever get recompense from? Nobody ever wants land anymore. Nobody wants to cultivate. Nobody wants to understand what unindebtedness is, meaning not being tied to the social construct of quote unquote what I call the shadow octopus. Real talk. And because a lot of people don't really want to tap into that, that's why they stay where they're at. That's why I say on my videos, like what I say or don't. Either way, it's not going to change with me because I know I don't owe nobody shit. I don't. I don't owe you a motherfucking thing because I know that I'm the primordial source of creation. So I don't owe you nothing. What do I owe you? And if I do owe you, prove to me where we had a written agreement where I proved myself to say that I will be indebted to you. If being based upon your credit, especially in courtroom procedure, being based upon your credit, how the fuck could I ever be found guilty? That's in less than 24 minutes. How? Even the most wisest, most cunning, and most intelligent so called judge couldn't even come up with a reason of that because you're the primordial source. So, courtroom procedure, never accept the charge. Never. Is your name this? Is your name this? Come sit here. 'Cause they're trying to direct the course of what? A transaction. That's all it is. Just like when you go to a bank, they tell you go stand in this line. What's the difference between court? No big difference. It's just that the outfits are a little bit different, and the atmosphere is just as much, if not just the same, intimidating as when you go to a bank. Hold your voice down. Be quiet. Go over here. Security. What's the bailiff? Security. Who you got to talk to? The bank, which is the teller, which is the judge. It's the same shit. I don't hear me though. I don't hear me though. It's all the same thing. It's all the same shit. And what they're doing is directing the course of business. And now it comes to the point where the business is your life. Real talk. Your life. Hey, don't be looking over there. Both of y'all. Courtroom procedure. I gave you all three steps for you to succeed. I love my wife so much. I know that she virtually likes to annoy me. Hmm. She does. But I'm just letting y'all know. Last tip. If they appoint you an attorney, please use their counsel. Because if you look up the word attorney in Black's Law Dictionary, it'll tell you it means to turn over. Which means they're gonna flip your ass. They're gonna spin you. And they're great manipulators like a motherfucker. So I don't care. As I said in previous videos, I don't care if they motherfucking you paid for them or they were appointed. It's nothing more than just an extravagant burial or with a pauper. A pauper's grave. Either way, your ass going in the ground. Either way. Because their allegiance is to the court. Corpus Juris Secundum, Volume 7, Section 10 tells you exactly what I just said. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you're going in the ground. They don't give a fuck. All you people out there with public defenders, public pretenders, mm-hmm, they're going to shit can you. I mean, a lot of you, I can't. I ain't an attorney. I had lawyers hit me up on my channel for years. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on my channel for years. But they have to tell you who they are. Me? Am I a legal practitioner? No. This is what I tell people in conclusion. I'm just a man that knows how to fucking read. Okay? Y'all stay tuned for the live that's coming tonight. Want to do a live. So forth and so on. Stop looking at my motherfucking presents, both of y'all. You look like you just wanted to send this swoop. Hmm. Come. Come on, get you something. You ain't gonna go unless you go. This video is courtroom procedure. Real talk. Never accept the liability when you understand the definition of debt and realize you don't owe nobody shit. You don't. Hmm. So what? You put a rubber band on my mouth. They take that shit out of my mouth. Take that off. She needs rescuing. We need help. On account of this is a sidebar. She blinked twice. My wife is she's abusive to my daughter. Yeah, see, she gave you the side eye. That my daughter, please. No, I'm just kidding. All jokes aside, though, that's courtroom procedure, man. Y'all stay tuned for the live. I'm actually about to do it right after this, back to back. And, I'm still going to talk my shit. But like I said, the reality of court, the reality is never accept the liability because that's all it is. And that's what's going to be that's my next live exchange of liability. That's all it is, an exchange. Yeah, we can charge you with this. Cops all over the world. They be like, you got this, you got pulled over, you did this, you did this. No proof, but people get fucked over. You know what I'm saying? Child support. Chick talk about you ain't doing this, you ain't doing. You be doing anything in the fucking world. When they put a claim in there, it's over with. And people get that shit in their hands, it's over with. Exchange of liability. That's the live that I would really dig into, especially around this time of year, because a lot of people need to understand. A lot of y'all ain't gonna get y'all tax returns on time. You know what I'm saying? With that migrant so-called crisis, there ain't no crisis. That shit planned. Them people delaying that shit on purpose. I know y'all don't like to hear that shit, but it's the reality. You feel me? It's gonna be delayed. You might get it March. Ain't gonna be February. I tell you that much. Stop looking at me, man. Ma'am, for delay. And I want it now. Mm-hmm. You what? Well, I'm just saying. Stay tuned for the live, y'all. Stick by, stick clear. And like I said, that's motherfucking. Don't accept the liability for shit. Now, shout out to all my motherfucking real subscribers. You know what I'm saying? The ones that been loyal since day one. The ones that been rocking with me since day one. The ones that been real. And did what? That look like you. But the ones that been real, I know Ramadan is next month. It is what it is. I'm prepared. It is what it is. You feel me? Let's go ahead and turn up one God. Turn up one God. Yep. What you said. You know what I'm saying? Peace, light, love. Stay tuned for the live, y'all. You got anything you want to say? All right. Come here, Belle. Come here. Belle say, see you later. We'll see y'all soon. Stay tuned for the live, y'all. Stick around. Agents, fuck you. As I said, always take care, y'all.